Once upon a time, there was a boy named Max who lived with his parents in a small village. Their home stood at the edge of town, simple and modest, just enough for the family. Max was not very fond of work. He often preferred to rest rather than spend his energy on chores. Still, every day, he had to help his father in the rice fields. His father's task was hard, tending to the crops and making sure they grew strong. Max's responsibility, however, was light. He only had to keep the birds away, as they loved to eat the rice. Most children in the village used sticks or slingshots to scare the birds off, running back and forth in the fields. But Max disliked moving around so much. Instead, he came up with his own method. He built tall wooden poles in different parts of the field and tied ropes to them. Whenever birds came near, Max could simply pull the ropes from where he lay, and the birds would scatter. This clever trick allowed him to relax, but it still got the job done. His father often worried about him. He would wonder silently, what if one day I fall sick? Who will take care of the crops then? But since Max always managed to finish his work, even in his own lazy way, his father never scolded him. Then came a difficult summer. The skies offered no rain, and the fields became dry and thirsty. The rice plants needed water every day, or they would wither. Around this time, Max's father fell ill and could no longer work in the fields. For the first time, Max had to do everything by himself. He tried his best, but the hard labor was new to him. The days were hot, and the work was endless. Despite his efforts, the crops began to dry up. After weeks of struggle, it was clear he couldn't save them alone. That night, Max sat under the starlit sky, feeling heavy with guilt and sadness. He thought, if only I had worked harder before. Now my family may lose everything. The very next morning, noise filled the village square. Max went to see what was happening. A soldier stood there, announcing that the king was holding a contest at his palace. The winner would be rewarded with gold. Hearing this, Max's heart lit up with hope. This could be the chance to save my family, he thought. When he told the villagers he wanted to enter, they laughed at him. Lazy Max? He can't win, they teased. But Max ignored their words. For once he felt determined. He had 3 days to prepare, and then he set off toward the palace. His parents doubted he would succeed, but deep down, they wished he would at least try. After 3 long days of travel, Max reached the palace just as the contest began. The courtyard was filled with strong men and tough-looking villagers, all eager to win. Seeing them, Max grew nervous. How can I ever win against them? He thought. The first challenge was announced. Contestants had to cross a wide lake. Only the first 3 people to finish would move on to the final round. At the signal, everyone dove into the water, swimming with all their strength. But Max stayed on the shore watching. Swimming fast isn't my strength, he told himself. Then a spark of an idea came to him. He rushed into the nearby forest, found some sturdy branches, and tied them together to make a small raft. Using another branch as a paddle, he pushed himself onto the lake. While the other contestants grew tired halfway, Max slowly but steadily paddled forward. His raft carried him across, and though he wasn't the fastest, he managed to finish third. With relief and excitement, Max realized he had passed the first round. The next day, the final task was revealed. Each contestant was given a huge block of wood, and they had to push it to the finish line. To make things fair, each was allowed to choose one tool to help. The first man chose a rope and tried dragging his block. The second selected a lever and began to push with all his strength. Max, however, stood still, thinking carefully. I need to be smart, not just strong, he whispered to himself. Finally, he picked a small knife. The crowd burst into laughter and murmurs. What can he possibly do with that? They wondered. But Max had a plan. Instead of trying to push the heavy block as it was, he used the knife to carve it. Slowly, he shaved off the edges, shaping it into something round. After much effort, the block became a giant wooden ball. Now, instead of dragging or shoving, he simply rolled it forward. The crowd gasped in surprise. While the other 2 contestants struggled, sweating and stumbling, Max's wooden ball moved easily down the path. He rolled it all the way to the finish line and crossed first. The people erupted in cheers. The boy they once mocked as lazy had won. Max was awarded the gold, and he carried it home proudly. For the first time, He felt true pride in himself. He realized something important. Smart thinking can often be more powerful than brute strength, but hard work is also necessary to bring ideas to life. The lesson stayed with him forever. Laziness doesn't mean someone cannot achieve great things. It simply means they need a strong reason to push themselves. For Max, that reason was love for his family. His dream of helping them gave him courage and determination. So, whenever you feel lazy, remember your dreams. A big goal can light a fire inside you. With effort, creativity, and belief in yourself, you can change your life. Stay focused, work hard, think smart, and never give up. Like Max, you can prove everyone wrong and achieve greatness.